Okay, so today we're out here again with the CX350C case, and this one was having the auxiliary sensor or auxiliary antenna side losing connection. And not wanting to initialize. So we'll go to the auxiliary now. Yeah, see? It's just losing connection, and what it does on the model, it'll show the equipment not oriented. And when I was out here last, I did find an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's this little adapter. These things just, they don't work that great, these adapters. For some reason, they don't last that long. So what I'll do is I'll rebuild this adapter and give that a shot. Right now, this was over there, and it was working fine. It was having a hard time on the main side, which this adapter was on. So, best way to test something, just switch sides and see if the problem exists on the other side, which it does. So we'll replace this adapter today. Well, you just need a couple new ends. Got female, two females, one very small and one large. So, and a little piece of coaxial wire, and we'll crimp them down. All right, let's plug in our new one and give it a try. And restart connection. Let's see if it goes green. Yeah, it's taking a minute. Receiver is not responding. Alright, let's do this. Let's restart. Power down, bring it back up. It might be the main straight cable got messed up somewhere. We'll have to check that. Most common spot to check is that adapter cable. That was on the main side, and the main was acting up, so we switched it to the auxiliary because the main actually needs the good connection, the best connection. I thought for sure that would be it. We'll see. Must be in the main cable somewhere if this isn't gonna go. That's the main. That's auxiliary. Still not tracking anything, so we still have a cable issue. I'll check the main straight cable first. We need to check, make sure we have voltage. We'll check voltage here, then we'll check voltage here, and then we'll check voltage out there. 4.9 volts is what it needs. Let's make sure the system's putting out what it needs. Well, we have 5 volts coming out of the system. So now we'll check on the other side of this adapter. It's a new adapter, should be good. And we have 5 volts coming out of the adapter. Now let's go back to the antenna and check there. And we have voltage back here. If I can touch the pin, there it is. Getting actually 5.1 volts. I'm gonna say their antenna is bad. Let me take a look at that fitting on that end. Alright, so I noticed on the cable that the negative was compressed in, so I reflared those out. I can feel the pin in this side. I mean, it looks fine, but you gotta have that resistance on there, or else you're not gonna have negative with these cables. So we'll put that on and give it a try. I just wanted to get in here and take a closer look at this cable. Make sure it's not split anywhere. This would be the likely spot right there. But, I mean, I'm getting good voltage, but voltage doesn't mean that you're gonna get good signal, because data and voltage are two different things. Let's see where that comes over. Comes down, rubs right there. That feels fine. Comes down on the starter, and that's it. I don't see any damage in there. Alright, let's see if this did anything. We'll just restart connection. I think their auxiliary antenna might be bad. That's what I suspected last time I was here. It was just acting weird. We'll factory reset it. Yeah, we're gonna have to. It's not picking up on that sensor at all. So let's factory reset. Go into true. Go into device, application mode, receiver managing, and connect. Connect this MCI4, so you gotta use serial port COM1. Okay. Factory reset. Select secondary. Go down to D. Connect. This will be your auxiliary. We'll just reset both antennas. And this is having a hard time picking it up. Oh, it picked it up. Okay. Alright, and let's just do a factory reset on that one. Alright, let's actually go back into it. Let's see if we're picking up values here. I thought it was on the main side originally, because what I did is I took the auxiliary antenna and put it on the main, and the main on the auxiliary, and then I was having trouble with the main side. I put the antenna back where it belongs, and now we're having trouble on the auxiliary side. So it's definitely an auxiliary antenna issue. Let's check status. Let's see.
Fucking Matt.
Nothing. Nothing. Tracking, oscillator, nothing. Absolutely no life on this antenna whatsoever.
Now we're gonna cut off. Look at that. Shit. Did Chris leave?
I don't expect anything to happen here. Yeah, so zero life on the auxiliary antenna. And I don't like installing them this close to the exhaust, because it tends to shorten the life. So they're going to need a new PGS3 antenna, and what I'll end up doing is I'll move this whole mount. I'll actually, seeing how the cable comes this way, I'll actually bring it up here, and I'll just mount it over here somewhere. I'll probably mount it right off of this bolt, just put a bracket in there, maybe these two bolts. or these 2 bolts. Put it right there. That'll be good. And all you got to do is remeasure the auxiliary off the center of the boom pin. Measure back where it is. Just put in those new measurements and it's good. But we have to wait for an antenna. And let's just go ahead and open it up and make sure. I mean, it looks fine, the pin, but it could have came unattached on the inside. So we'll just jump inside and take a look. Okay, these are always fun to open. I have found water inside just pouring out. Oh, this one's nice and clean. When you open that up, you want to watch out for these little tiny red O-rings, okay? And then the outer O-ring. We're going to have to take out the actual GPS card, and they're epoxied in, so you're just going to have to give them a little good torque, and they'll come right off. Alright, now these 4 bolts, they have the epoxy on them. Just take a utility knife or something. If you got a little rotary tool or something, you can grind it off. I don't have that. Just take needle nose and get them to spin. That epoxy really holds them down. And once you get those 4 epoxy bolts out, you got 4 little Phillips heads to come out. Alright, there we go. And I always like to mark these 2 pieces, the board and the casing, just to make sure it goes back the right way. And all you're checking here is to make sure that is connected. It's connected. I'm actually going to replace it. I'll replace it just to give it a shot, just to see if that's the problem. I don't see an issue, but you never know. And that's all epoxied in there too, so you're going to have to chip away at all that. Well, that one was very troublesome to get off. I had to use quite a bit of heat. Alright, and all you do is clean up that spot, put the new one in. And as you see, the new one, if you look at the pin on the inside, there's not much difference there at all. So, I mean, for a cheap part, it's not very expensive. It's worth trying while you're in the field, just in hopes that it was a bad piece, but we'll find out real soon. Just connect the antenna on the back and then put it back together the way you found it with those marks. Get all your little red washers, little seals, put them in place. And don't forget your cap seal. Throw it on, put the screws in. And test. Alright, let's give it a try. We'll get out of here. We'll restart connection. I still think it's got. I still think the antenna's gone on it, but we'll see. Got main picking up. It's picking up slowly. I did a factory reset. We still need to move around. There we go. Once you hit 11 or so, locks on. We'll see what the auxiliary's doing. Absolutely nothing. Let's go into true. Connect. Auxiliary. Status. nothing. That antenna is absolutely picking up nothing. Take a photo of it. It's a dead antenna. It was worth a try, I guess, for a cheap part, just in case. You just never know. So cable's good. It's got voltage going all the way out. It's just a dead antenna. When I was here last, I did suspect an issue with that antenna. So I had switched it over to the main, tested it. The main side was being all wonky, but then it finally went after 3 factory resets. It finally went. Then I switched it back, factory reset it, and it went green. So yeah, it finally just died. They need a new antenna. So we'll be back for this one about 2 to 3 days. We'll have a new antenna to put on there, but I'm actually going to take that mount and put it in front of the exhaust so we don't have a heat issue, which I suspect was the main cause of that failure. So we'll fix that problem when we come back. Stay tuned.